Hello, everyone. My name is John Moore, and here's a little bit about me. I am the entrepreneurship and innovation teacher at Westfield High School. I've been teaching here and teaching all together now for 4 years. Before that, I worked in the corporate world for over a decade. Primary thing I do at the high school is teach. I teach classes in the entrepreneurship pathway, which include principles of entrepreneurship, new ventures, and small business operations. All these classes are dual credit, meaning they get credit for both high school and college through Ivy Tech. These classes are meant for students to really start looking at problems as opportunities. So they find problems, they come up with creative solutions for them, and we work to start a business around those solutions. I'm the faculty advisor for the Rock Shop, which is our in school spirit shop, as well as the Shark Tank Club, which is an entrepreneurship club for students who are in the pathway but not necessarily have to be in the pathway. So they can come in to our core, which is like our study hall, and work on different ideas with me and with other classmates. I'm the freshman class sponsor, and I also am a coach for Unified Sports here at the high school. So Unified Sports, kind of a collaboration between students with special needs and general education students. So they work together, they compete together. It's a great program. I started doing unified track when I first got here at the high school. We started the unified flag football program this season. It's just been wonderful to see how unified sports and the school have grown. So I'm taking this program for a few different reasons. I did transition to teaching through Indiana Wesleyan, and I had a professor that I loved. Her name was Dr. Williams, and she kind of got the bug in my ear that I should look at going into administration. I love working with the kids. I have a hard time not seeing myself in a classroom because I just love the relationships and seeing these kids grow. And I think one of the cool things about teaching the subjects that I do is I really get to work with these kids almost from freshman to senior year, which is awesome. So you really form those bonds with them. But there is a gap, in my opinion, between the admin and students. And I would love to bridge that. I would love for the admin to have better relationships, to be more there for the kids. And when you talk to them, I think that's a big cultural thing in our school, that there's such a divide there that could be fixed. And I feel like I bring a different perspective to education. I'm not a teacher. I have a hard time calling myself a teacher. I think of myself more as a mentor than anything else, and a facilitator. So I think, coming from the background, the business background I have, working with kids outside of school like I have most of my life, I just think I bring a different perspective that might be new ideas um, to our community. Professionally, I mean, I do want options. All right, Westfield is growing. We are the fastest growing city in the state. We're the sixth fastest growing city in the country. Our schools are expanding a ton. We were opening, well, restructuring. So we're not going to have intermediate schools. We're going to have two, possibly three new middle schools. We're opening a couple new elementary schools. There are talks that in a few years, we're going to begin creating another high school. So there's going to be different leadership spots open. I love the district. I love to be considered, at least have the option to take one of those if I decide. Another thing I've always wanted to do is be a CTE director, which is career technical education. We have a great CTE program here, but I think that we could really bridge the gap and get more elementary school kids involved, get more middle school kids involved, and then expand our high school programs as well. So we don't have a CTE director here. And going through these programs and possibly getting my doctorate after this would set me up for something along those lines. And then maybe become a college professor and work with older kids, see what I can do in that realm as well. Personal life, I am married with 4 kids. My oldest just turned 16, so she starts driving soon, which It's really hard to contemplate. I still see her as that little girl crawling around. It's hard to see her driving. And I have a 12-year-old son, a 10-year-old son, and then an 8-year-old daughter. I have a couple side gigs. So once I started teaching, my wife and I formed a consulting company called More Consulting. We do videography, um, obviously photography, and social media consulting for different businesses around the area. She does a bulk of that. She is amazing. She's an amazing videographer and photographer. She does great work. And the social media side I help with a lot. That's been very lucrative. It keeps us busy. It's a great company. I also started last year Hoosier Santa. I started playing Santa. I got asked to do it actually by students. I love doing it. Companies saw me, started hiring me. So this year we kind of kicked it into gear. So I started being Santa Claus for a ton of different things, which is great. Being able to go from being a partially bald, brown haired person for 10 months to dyeing my beard and hair gray and growing it out for 2 months. I feel like the students love that. Before working full time in the corporate world, just right out of college, really, I started doing stand up comedy. So I did it throughout college. I graduated and started traveling for a couple years on the road, doing stand up at different places, which is fun. Then you meet people. I met my wife and realized that that was not a lifestyle I could have. So I kind of settled down, but I still do that sometimes, volunteering on the side. Just did an event for Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, which was a lot of fun. And then I have been for the last 4 years the chairman of the board for a company or for an organization called Westfield Youth Sports, WYSI. My term just ran out in last week, actually. So I have a lot more freedom. I still coach youth sports. I love what it does for kids, getting them kind of in those leadership roles, teamwork roles. I feel like it's great. So that's a little bit about me. I'm excited to work with all of you. I look forward to seeing your post to find out more about you as well.